Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. If you have a question, if you have a topic, if you have a suggestion, if you have feedback, or if you want me to give you my take on anything, put it in the comment section. If you want to connect with me on social media outlets, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. I'm sorry, I'm moving this around. I'm trying to get the best light out of everything. On Instagram, on X, on Threads, you can type in at Back on Basics. And on WhatsApp, you can just type in and search Back on Basics. So, let's talk about finding your purpose. Finding your purpose. And I've made another video similar to this, but not the same. Finding your purpose is something that motivates us. Finding your purpose makes you think positive, makes you connect with your support system, so that way you can move ahead, so that way you can move forward, so that way you're motivated. I mean, look, my purpose is to make these videos. I love making these videos. I love the fact that I can help you and everybody else that watches these videos with resources, with different ways of thinking about different topics: life psychology, life balance, life coaching, education, however it is. And so I want to make sure that you have the tools for you to find your purpose if you haven't found it yet. Because most of us, either we found it through the positive end or we find it through the negative end. And so there's so many different ways that we can go. But at the same time, finding your purpose is key. Finding your purpose can get you motivated again. If you have slowed down, my recommendation is sit in a room like this. Quiet room, close the curtains, just sit quiet. See the difference, right? When you're quiet, then you start processing. And then eventually, when you get to a point where you're like, oh, I like that, then you verbalize it out. Because once you verbalize it out, then your mind says, okay, that's an important one. We need to process that a little bit more. And then that's how you find your purpose. That's one of the ways to find your purpose. There's other ways. I mean, I told you, one of my purposes is to make videos, to give you different aspects of life balance and psychology, counseling, and other topics, right? Other topics dealing with mind, body, and emotional balance. The second one is for me personally to be a provider. You know what? My parents, friends, family members have taught me that for me, providing it's kind of like my love language. It's to provide. It's kind of like the thing that gets me going, the things that also slows me down as well, because when I feel like I'm not providing enough or I'm not providing, then I tend to slow down. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in this journey like you are. We're together in this journey. The only thing is that all of us are slightly different in where we're going to be, where we want to be, and how we're getting there. And so, I mean, it's like being a provider for me, it's like a badge of honor. It means that I can provide for my family, for friends. I can provide for support system. I can provide resources for you all, so that way you can figure out what to do and what not to do, and you can accept what you want and you can reject what you want also. I mean, again, right? I'm putting it out there so that way you know that this is amazing. This is my purpose. This is what I'm going to do. If I can, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. It's we're growing. This channel is growing. I want to thank the 495 subscribers. 495. We're 5 away from 500. And so thank you all who have subscribed, who have watched, who have shared these videos, who have watched the shorts, the micro shorts, the reels now on Facebook. I mean, there's so many different ways to listen to my perspective on how to have life balance, or how to get to life balance, on how to get to where you want to get to by putting in the work, right? By having empathy of others. Because remember, you may be on top of the world, or you may be climbing to be on top of the world, but remember, there's always people that need help. There's always people that have given up, or have lost hope on life, or on people, or on humanity. So remember, right? Have compassion, ladies and gentlemen, because your your worst day is probably the best day of somebody's life. And and that just hit me like a ton of bricks when I first heard it. Your worst day is probably the best day of somebody else's life. Again, compassion, right? Putting in the work. Make sure that you do the things that you need to do to have mind, body, emotional balance. And so again, finding your purpose is key, because not only you help yourself succeed, but you help others succeed. So subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Till next time, Back on Basics.